I started playing League of Legends 5 months ago. Here's some things I wish I knew starting out as a new League player. Learning to lane, whether it's top lane, mid, or ADC. I generally would stay away from jungle and support starting off as a new player. I started off in the jungle role 5 months ago in my League journey, which isn't long ago, but I recently switched to mid lane because I enjoy mages and I enjoy Diana mid. Hot take, but I think jungle is easier to learn than laning because you generally have a consistent way to play the game almost every game. Full clear into good base timers into objectives, gank when possible. I'm sure jungle has more brain power and pro play and high elo, but even if you get cheesed and you think the game's unplayable because you got invaded early, most of the time, especially in low elo, those junglers will try to do more on the map and make more mistakes than you. As long as you just play consistent and just clear to scale to whatever key item spikes you need or whatever power spikes your champ does, you'll consistently win those games most of the time because those players will just think they are the best player in the world because they got away with a level 1 cheese. Playing around in practice tool and bot games, and every role with different champs. To see what you like, you might think a character looks cool and you might want to play that champ, but maybe you don't like the kit or you don't like the role that champ's in. Maybe it's only top lane champ and you don't like top lane. So just spend time to venture around before you even get into ranked. No typing in chat. As a new player, I didn't watch any educational videos until I started my ranked journey. And the amount of mental energy I would waste on typing to my team about the game plan as a jungler for the next objective instead of just pinging them, I thought that was more effective. It really isn't. Save yourself the mental stack and use that mental stack for map awareness and if the objective is even possible to play for. Maybe your camps are up and you need to clear them instead. Use your F keys, pan to see if your mid lane can even move over there. See if your bot lane can even move. It's okay to give up objectives as long as you know why. It's okay to have a bunch of bad games in a row. It happens to everyone in League. League is a hard game. And not every game is going to be winnable. As long as you go into the game with a game plan, for example, I want to get my clear down, use my F keys more. I want to focus on my CS if you're a laner, or I want to effectively make more trades better. The more you do that, the less mental stack you will need later on down the road. When you die in game, try to figure out why you died during the gray screen. Or try to figure out by tabbing who you can play for, what is your win con. Not every game you're the win con. Play the role and or champ you enjoy. Have fun, it's a video game. You can climb on any champ, it's proven. I know for me, as someone who comes from just playing FPS games, the fun for me is winning. And I know some players just want to play the meta because it's fun when you win. A little backstory about me. I was hard select plat in Apex Legends when I first started playing the game. Just by spamming games. Never really realizing why I couldn't climb until I realized I was just hard stuck. And I couldn't get better. So then I started watching educational content. And then it clicked. I started realizing I would wide swing, no cover, try to 3v1, ego, thinking I'm a pred player when I'm not. I'm a Masters player, but I'm not. I'm plat for a reason. I slowly started breaking my bad habits and climbed to Masters. Now, League is a more complex game. But if you go into every game with the learning sponge of I'm bronze, I'm silver, I'm gold for a reason, how do I break those bad habits, you will generally start climbing. Watch educational content intently. Take notes. Implement what you learned in games, but don't overcomplicate it by watching multiple videos in a day, watching multiple different coaches in a day. Watch one coach, watch one video, maybe just the first 10 minutes of it. Take down those notes, implement that in your next game. The more you try to do, the more you'll hinder yourself in the long run because you won't get better. You'll just tilt yourself because you're like, I just watched this hour-and-a-half long video and now I'm going to queue up a game and I'm just going to 1v9 everyone. It doesn't work like that. Now, hot take. League gets a bad rap for being toxic. And don't get me wrong, there are outliers of very toxic players in this community. But generally, compared to what I have seen in FPS games, more players in high elo here are more than willing to help you out to learn and improve at the game because they generally enjoy the game. and they want other people to enjoy the game and improve. Don't be afraid to reach out to higher ranked players. Most of the time, like I said, they're happy to teach you. Keep your ego aside and learn. Wonder why you lost the game. Even if your KDA was good, KDA really doesn't mean anything in League of Legends. Try to VOD review. And if you don't know what to look for in VOD reviews, what I do is I look at the graph on maybe a game that was winning, and I see I was blue side and then maybe red side swung. I'll write that time down, and I will look at that's my first thing I'll do. I'll look at that play and see why we lost that fight. And then after that, I'll watch my first 2 or 3 deaths, see why I died, see what I could have done differently. And then I'll, even if I don't really know, make a solid guess. Maybe I didn't use my abilities effectively. Maybe I didn't space well. Maybe you stood still trying to fight them. Maybe you overly chased somebody, and that's what lost the game. Did you get to the fight late, etc.? And so those are just some things I wish I would have known starting out as a League player, or even starting out at level 30 going into ranked games. And if you guys have any tips that you learned along your League journey that you wish you knew starting out, going into ranked for the first time, or as a new player, comment them down below, and I'll see you guys on the Rift.